Hey everyone, welcome back. And today we are going to learn about try and accept model, right? So basically, whenever we are writing code, we do not expect the end user to see the error into the console, right? While developing, we see terms of error, right? You will be used to. So, like, you don't want the end user to get frustrated while looking into that error, right? And that is not a good practice to show the error to the end users. So, in order to avoid those things, we make use of try and accept model, right? So let us see these over the practical and let me create a new file and we are going to name it as try.py. Okay. So basically what it will do is whenever we are getting some sort of error, it is just going to uh, print another message for it such that all the clutter which we are getting over the console can be minimized. Let us take one example. Okay. Let us try. And what we want to do is we just want to take an input from the user. So here it would be a number. So let us create a program. What it will do, it will take an integer value from the user. And if the user enter another thing, that is a special character or an alphabet, then it should throw an error, right? So let us do something like that. So I want an integer value. I am doing the typecasting over here. And then I want to take the input from the user and I want the user enter the number please. Okay, so this message will give a pop-up to the user and it will ask for an integer value for the user, right? So once the user enter it, I want it to print it over the console that the number entered is the number the user which he has entered, right? Okay. Now, what if the users enter a false value? Now, what do I mean by a false value? By the meaning of false value, I mean that he is entering something apart from numbers, that is alphabet or a special character. So here we are expecting an error, right? So here we will write except, sorry, now define the condition what it would be. So if the above condition is not true and if it is throwing some sort of error at that particular time, we're supposed to print invalid entry. Okay, please try again. Okay, so this is a very short and simple program to understand the try and except block. So first of all, we are going to execute this particular stuff. Okay, if it is going smoothly, then there is no need for except. However, if it is throwing some sort of error, then the except block will run, right? So let us execute this program. So over the terminal, we are going to execute it since we need to enter some of the inputs. Okay, so Python space the file name, and that would be try.py. Okay, now when I enter, it is asking me for an input. So let us enter 56 now, and it is displaying the output as the number entered is 56. Now let us enter something like I am entering capital A, invalid entry, please try again. Okay, now what if we have done something like this? Let us comment except over here and try from here. And now, see, you can see over the ID, it is throwing some sort of error. See, indentation error. Okay, so let us remove that thing as well. Remove the indentation from here as well and from here as well. Okay, now what will happen? We are going to rerun this program once again. Please enter the number, please. 56. The number entered is 56 and we are getting the next statement. Let us comment this thing out as well. Now, when I execute the program and when I enter A over here, it is throwing the error over here. It is throwing the error as value error invalid literal for integer with base 10 A. Okay. So a layman person doesn't understand what this stuff is and what it is, right? So in order to avoid this thing, we make use of try and except block. Let me revert the changes which we have done. Okay. Now what we want to do is right. So what if in place of this particular message, what if I replace it something like you have entered an invalid character. Please enter a number. Okay. Now when I execute the same program, okay, it is asking me for a number value, but I am going to enter capital S over here. See, what is the difference and what is the advantage of using try and except block? So, like, what is the use case? Like, when you see this particular error, you have no clue what it is for, right? But when you see this particular statement that, hey, you have entered an invalid character, you have to enter a number. Then the end user will, then the end user will read this and will execute same, and now he will enter a correct value. And as you can see that we are not getting any sort of error, right? So that is the actual use case of try and accept block, to avoid errors and to print the message whenever the condition is getting false. So that the end user doesn't make the mistakes again and enter the correct value. Hope you got today's lecture and see you in the upcoming one. Thank you and have a good day. Bye bye.